Hey guys, Andrew Shrout here in the sideboard. I'm here with Dylan Donegan.
Hey.
Your Season 4 Invitational Champion who punched his ticket to the Players' Championship just last week. And we're here to talk about your standard deck. So last week, you took down the Invitational with Jeskai tokens. So why mess with a good thing, right?
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
There we go.
So I'm still playing Jeskai tokens. The new addition to the deck is Mantis Rider. Super powerful card. And I worked with Kevin Jones for this event, and we both agreed that there was probably going to be a lot of Doomwake Giants and a lot of Drown in Sorrows. And Mantis Rider is a good hedge for those type of decks. So I think he's a good addition.
Okay. What did we cut to make room for the Mantis Riders?
I cut Chandra's, and I trimmed one of the Seeker of the Ways.
Okay. So we're down to still 4 Owl Master.
Yeah,
we're not
creature in the
deck.
deck.
All right. So we trimmed a Seeker, and then we found room for some Mantis Riders.
Yep.
But the engine of the deck's still intact.
Yep, for Jeskai's Ascendancy, just the best card in the deck. There's no way you could ever play less.
Okay.
Treasure Cruise. I tried trimming one of these for Mantis Rider, and immediately it was just like, why would I ever do this? Treasure Cruise is Treasure Cruise.
Yeah, 3 cards, right?
And, I like playing 8 in all formats, so, in both formats. So, Lightning Strike, stock removal spell, great card.
Sometimes you got to kill things, get things out of the way.
Stoke the Flames, one of the more powerful cards in the deck. It's just awesome with Ascendancy. You can just fire it off. It's almost always free. It's great. Raise the Alarm, just necessary. It's a good card in the deck. Make some tokens on turn 2, stuff like that. Hordling Outburst, quietly, one of the best cards in the deck. Probably the best card after Jeskai's Ascendancy. Just turning on your Stoke the Flames, making them close to free, and it's just a great card.
Okay. Just hard to get off the board for one card, anyway. Yeah. And then the last spell, 2 Jeskai Charms.
Yeah, just I thought about trimming these, trying to make room for a 4th Mantis Rider, but in the end, it's just you need it. And the +1/+1 lifelink ability came up for me a lot last week, and it's just great.
Okay. We won't talk about the mana base too much. It's a mana base.
No changes from last week.
Let's talk a little bit about what drew you to this deck in the first place. Now, of course, you played it last week. Was that your first time playing it?
I played it in a preliminary PTQ the week before, did very poorly. I played very poorly, and I learned a lot from my mistakes. It's a very tricky deck to play. So.
Sure.
So I basically love playing blue-white decks, blue-white X decks. So I was pretty drawn to this deck after seeing Yuya crush Worlds with it, and I'm a big fan of Yuya Watanabe. I think his deck building is genius.
Okay.
And I just wanted to play the deck. It seemed perfect. I played his exact main deck last week. I don't think there should be any changes. The only thing I wish there was a 4th Flooded Strand. I don't know how to change the mana base to make it work yet.
Play 61. Just throw it in.
Yeah, just throw it in. I should, honestly. But I really think there should be one, but I'm not going to question Yuya Watanabe's deck building.
Okay. All right. So, of course, you won the Invitational last week. Pretty well known that this was your deck of choice for these Invitational, for these Players' Championship players. It's a small field. The metagame is going to be kind of insular. People are going to know what everyone else is up to. So, was that part of your decision making when you decided to play this deck again?
Well, I thought about playing different decks. I've played a good bit with Blue White Heroic. I thought that would be a good choice for this tournament. Honestly, I think there's going to be a lot of whip decks. Excuse me. I thought about playing some Siege Rhino deck, but in the end, I'm very comfortable with this deck. I know how to play it, and I just thought it would be a good choice. It's really hard to hate out this type of deck.
Okay.
So,
let's talk about the sideboard then. Let's kind of go through card by card. There we go. No, we're not there yet.
Yeah, not there yet.
We got some basic plans. And then let's just start from the top. Let's kind of go through the sideboard cards. What's going on with them?
All right. For Disdainful Stroke, best card in the sideboard. I don't think it's very close. It's just necessary versus all the green decks. I would never play less than 4.
Okay.
Arc Lightning. I trimmed one of these for the weekend. Last weekend, I expected a lot of Jeskai tokens, mirrors. A lot of Hordling Outburst decks. I played 3 last week, but it's still a great card. Want to just keep playing them, so I'm playing 2. I like this card over Anger the Gods because I really like being proactive with this type of deck. Anger kills like all of your creatures. I don't really like that.
Sure.
Same type of deal with Hushengriff. This is like kind of a little piece of tech I played last week. I thought it was great. I really didn't like the Wrath of Gods and Yuya Watanabe sideboard and Hostilities. I didn't think it was the way you want to beat the green decks. It just, they can grind you out, and that requires you to play the long game, and I don't think that's how you want to play the game. And Hushengriff is a great card versus those and plays well with your strokes.
Sure. And this is a new one as well.
It is. I played Elspeth last weekend. It was very, very bad. And Kevin and I both agreed we wanted something big for your Obzon mid-range matchups, your Mardu matchups, and Prognostic Sphinx. I remember doing work at the beginning of the format with the Jeskai aggro. I was playing that deck a lot at the beginning of the format, and it was one of my favorite cards in the sideboard. And figured I would just run it back. I think it seems really good.
Sure. 2 erases and a Glare of Heresy.
Yep, pretty standard. Kills Jeskai Ascendancy. This card's just great versus all the whip decks.
Sure. For enchantments and white cards, right?
Yeah.
All right.
That's what they're there for.
And then this is kind of a non-standard remove spell. Again, this was another card that you were not playing last week.
I was not. This is another Kevin Jones idea. We both agreed that Polukranos was a pretty big problem, Doomwake Giant, stuff like that. So I wanted something for that instead of the second Glare of Heresy. It also kills Siege Rondo, which is a huge deal. But so we thought, maybe Suspension Field, but then people that board in a race versus you for your Ascendancies, they're going to hit that. So Kevin convinced me to play this. I'm not really sure. I didn't get to test it, but hey, it seems sweet. So
okay, fair enough.
And then 1 negate. Wish I could play more, but I don't really think there's room.
All right. So that will do it for this deck. Again, very close to what you just won the Invitational with.
Yeah.
So we're not messing with a good thing here.
No.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in and walking through us with it.
Thanks.
Stick around. We've got plenty more coverage coming of the Players' Championship here in Roanoke.